Yo, good evening, one and all. It is Mo 3 times at your service. Day 18 of 30 days straight live streaming. And tonight's episode titled "We Arrested Countries Now."
You're literally acting like an op.
Whoa, look at that catch. Great reflexes, from the moi. But let's break it down. Let's break it down. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it real. All right. By the way, this is no video show. Shout outs to the Jump Out Gang.
Stop the cap.
I didn't mean to do that because yeah, I am. Yeah. Let's bring it back. All right, I am energized. Load me up, load me out. I need to stop doing that. Listen, tonight is going to be. It's just a long clip. Actually, all right. This is not going to be a debate. This is a declaration. Okay. All right. So check this out. I will show you right now, real quick. But on the other day on Meet the Press, Secretary of State Marco Rubio decided he was going to lay out a stunning claim. And the claim was that the United States is not at war with Venezuela, yet U.S. forces allegedly entered the country, captured its sitting president, Nicolas Maduro, the guy in the background here on the show. I think the person who did this this art is the same one that did Puffy, and who else was in? Yeah. Remember the Puffy trial and Donald Trump? Remember when Trump was sitting in there? Oh, Django, you want to get up and shake right now? Now it's not the time. All right. So, what I was saying. All right. So on Meet the Press, Marco Rubio, little Marco, laid out the claim that the United States is not at war with Venezuela. I say it again, not at war with Venezuela. Yet, we already know that U.S. forces have allegedly entered the country, captured its sitting president, Nicolas Maduro, and flew him back to New York to face U.S. justice. I believe he's sitting in MDC, Brooklyn right now, where Diddy is sitting, where Luigi Mangione sat, where I think Trump had to actually check in there once. Anyway, Rubio calls it law enforcement, not a war. He says Congress wasn't briefed because it was a short operation, and he admits U.S. forces were on the ground, even if only for hours. And he openly states that the U.S. will continue seizing Venezuelan oil assets. You know those tankers cruising around? They're going to be seized. They're going to pressure security forces, and they're going to shape what's coming next. So no. On the surface, this is not a declaration of war. This is what he's saying, even though because there's no vote from Congress, and he's not going to actually have a timeline for elections. I'm stumbling through that, but let me be blunt. All right, he's just asserting that American power in the Western Hemisphere, justified by drugs, oil, migration, and national security. I want you to watch carefully because we're about to clip this up, because whether this interview is true or exaggerated or outright impossible, the implications of all of this is massive. What are we doing? Yeah, that's better. All right, so check this out. Got a couple of timestamps here. We're going to go through it, and then we're going to talk about it. All right. So in this stamp, we're going to go with it. And I'll talk about what's going on here.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to start with this big picture question. Is the United States now at war with Venezuela?
Oh, by the way, this is courtesy of NBC News, Meet the Press. This is Kristen Welker interviewing Little Marco. Yeah, Little Marco.
There's not a war. I mean, we are at war against drug trafficking organizations. It's not a war against Venezuela. We are enforcing American laws with regards to oil sanctions. We have sanctioned entities. We go to court. We get a warrant. We seize those boats with oil, and that will continue. And we would continue to reserve the right to take strikes against drug boats that are bringing drugs towards the United States that are being operated by transnational criminal organizations, including the Cartel de los Sols. Of course, the leader of that cartel, is now in U.S. custody and facing U.S. justice in the Southern District of New York, and that's Nicolas Maduro. So,
all right, so basically, he's breaking it down. Listen, we've been doing attacks on drug boats, and we've been seizing oil tankers, and we're going to continue doing it because we have the legitimacy and the right to do it. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. And as a result of that, we have now went dog the bounty hunters, sent our special forces units out like bounty hunters, and captured Nicolas Maduro and his wife in Venezuela. And then bought them on several planes and boats and cars and transportation vehicles, and landed him in Brooklyn. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This doesn't sit right with me. This is nothing I've ever seen before. And then when you're thinking about the whole rationale of this, there are bigger and better targets that would keep America safe right now if we're talking about drugs. I think you know where I'm going with this. But, oh, no, we didn't.
Joining me now is Secretary.
Seriously, all of them? All right, let's skip to the next one.
Mr. Secretary, who is in charge? Are you running Venezuela right now?
Great question.
Yeah, I mean, I keep people, fixating on that. Here's the bottom line on it is we expect to see changes in Venezuela. Changes of all kinds, long-term, short-term. We'd love to see all kinds of changes. But the most immediate changes are the ones that are in the national interest of the United States. That's why we're involved here, because of how it applies and has a direct impact on the United States. Okay, we are not going to be able to allow in our hemisphere a country that becomes a crossroads for the activities of all of our adversaries around the world. We just can't allow it. We can't have a country where the people in charge of its military and in charge of its police department are openly cooperating with drug trafficking organizations. We're not going to allow that. These things are direct threats to the United States, and we intend to use every.
Okay. Let's just get to the bare bones of this. He's basically saying that Venezuela is a threat and of national security because they are transporting drugs into the United States, right? I think we can all hear this coming out the mouth of the Secretary of State of the United States of America. This is what he's saying. He's saying that the reason that they are in Venezuela running military operations is for the fact that Venezuela is bringing huge amounts of drugs into this country. I'm going to be quiet right now just for you guys to let that simmer. Let it crock pot in your brain of what he's saying right now. Mind you, he's speaking on behalf of an administration that went on a trade war with one of our most beloved neighbors, Canada, because they were allegedly sending fentanyl into the United States of America. Like, how much fentanyl do you think Canada brings into the United States per year? Like a teaspoon? Tablespoon? Half a cup? Meanwhile, we know, looking down at our southern border, that's where all the drugs are coming from. And we've actually, informally declared war on the cartels, right? Through we're Twitter fingering a war with Mexico, who I would say, I don't know, guys, I'm not the smartest man in the world, all right? But I do have one of the smartest audiences in the world.
Many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
Shut up, kids, not right now, but it's true. Jump out gang, do you think by these standards that Marco Rubio is presenting that we might want to, send somebody after, I don't know, whoever runs the Jalisco cartel? And I just want to tell the cartels out there that I'm just doing, like, this is a political show or anything like that. Don't come for me. I don't want to be found in the wall like Sicario or have tires wrapped around me and gasoline dumped over me. I don't want to be one of the 400 and over 400, damn near 500 bags of human remains that have been found at found while Mexico was digging out land to build the World Cup arenas in 2026. You know, I don't want to be in one of those bags. But I also would be remiss if I said that, hey, I kind of do understand that most of the drugs do come from Mexico, and they're coming from the cartels. And for the life of me, if we wanted to stop the flow of drugs, wouldn't we start there? I mean, they're a whole hell of a lot closer than Venezuela. You think they are after? Hold on, I'm gonna play a drum riff real quick, and we'll come back with the answer. By the way, while we're drum riffing, I'll let you know on Wednesdays we have a live call-in show. We live. There's no we without you. You guys actually make the show with your participation and your vibes. I'll see you there Wednesday night, 7:30. Pretty good job, right? Thank you. Talking shit, getting clicks. Mo 3 times. We's are back. Our show. We arresting countries now? Huh? That's what we doing? We arresting countries now? They 18 of 30. I'm going to let the children sing on that one. Yeah, they're singing. They're singing. All right, back to it. So, what's the answer? We drum riffed and I started talking. I forgot. What's the question, love? What was the question? I was just checking you. What is the U.S. after? Yeah. All. They after that all. Oil. Petróleo. Wingardia Leviosa. Petróleo. They're after that petróleo. That gasolina. That oil. Those fossil fuels. I don't know. Maybe because they gotta. I don't know why we would be at their fossil fuels. Maybe because we got this AI thing coming up, and we're gonna need a lot of power and a lot of juice, and Americans are complaining about their electricity bills. But the fucked up thing is, people, and I'm getting off the track. So you know it's real. Listen to me up. Listen up to me. Listen to me up. Do all of that. Yo, really, we wouldn't even be in none of this mess. All right. It's not black people effing up this world. Racism and capitalism, but racism is just a tool of capitalism, honestly. But you guys don't know any other way but to get the dollar bill. Because we all know that we don't need fossil fuels to power shit. Every other year, some brainiac finds a way to make their car go off of a fucking teacup of salt water or some shit like that. We're finding free solutions to power and free energy. And I did shows on when they got the more energy out than they put in with the fusion. Right? Remember I did the fusion thing? Nobody wanted to hear that show. It was a great science-based show where I talked about the leaps and bounds that we made in science around fusion, how they were able to get more power out than they got in, which is the great start. So now they can just start breaking that shit down and making power free from all of us. But that will never happen because you know what, guys? These guys need money because we all believe in money. Because most of the world believes in money. They can be starving to death. You can be starving to death and offer somebody a ham sandwich or a stack of bills. And they might choose the sandwich, but they're going to think about it for a couple seconds. While their life force is quietly draining out of their body, they're going to think, yo, man, I can take this cash real quick. Eat the sandwich. Eat the sandwich. You're not going to make it to the bank. You don't got enough calories in your system. But that's how we roll. So money rules because we all believe in that cash. And that's why on our dollar bills, what does it say about God? Yeah, and God we trust. Money is your God. That's what your elite forefathers were telling you way back yonder, that we are going to use this banknote as your God. And guess what? At first it was cool because it was actually backed up by something, some resources. But you know what the dollar is backed up by right now? Speculation. My show's called Talking Shit, Getting Clicks, and I'm going to tell you like this. Your money's backed up by people that talk shit and they get clicks. That's the only thing driving that economy is blah, blah, blahs. Kato, what's going on? But you got to get money. And these rich people have money and they have power over you, because if I give somebody that's broke, if I give them a life-changing amount of money, there is no telling what they might do for me or do to you for me. You know, and this might just be pocket change to me, but yeah, it can change somebody's life, and that life can change a lot of people's lives over that. It's money and power. So what happens if we let the guys, those smart guys who found a way to power their Toyota Corollas off of a Sprite or a Mountain Dew, because this happens all the time, and they disappear. These guys disappear. They get shot up in supermarkets in Buffalo, you know? Look, this is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. And we've been trying to game plan this whole thing out. And this is like a game of risk right now. And what we are doing in the United States is we're going to sweep through Central America down to South America, and we want to take over completely the Western Hemisphere, right? And that's why you're hearing talks about Greenland coming up, because they're going to find a way for Greenland to become an enemy, right? I'm not saying Nicolas Maduro is a saint. I'm not going to have a free Nicolas Maduro shirt on. But I can't actually judge him, because my leader, my elected leader, that I got to deal with for these next couple of years is a piece of shit. He's worse than Love. She was talking about Maduro, and she was talking about all the sentiments of people that were in Venezuela and all the people that faced abuses due to his regime over there, if you want to call it a regime, because he is a president. So, you know, his administration. But what happened is she said retaliatory punishments to the people included starving them from food and precious medicines for like cancer and beating illnesses and stuff like that. And people are dying because he decided he was going to be a bumbleclot and deny them food and medicine, right? Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Yo, what's the difference between that and what's going on here? What did you say? Big beautiful bill. Shut up, children. You better do me right. That's right. Yuck. Gross. It's the same shit. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, USA. But on the real, you know what? Marco Rubio goes on this interview to talk about they want to free the oil so they can give the life for Venezuelans a little bit better. But when they were being starved of food, were we sending care package over there? Did we send special forces over there to take Maduro out then and then open up the markets for these people or give them medicine? No, because we don't give a flying fuck about any of that. We don't. We just want all. We want oil. And I get it because when you look at the grand scheme of things, we're Americans. We're spoiled. We want our shit now, and we want it cheap. We want it hot and ready, like Little Caesars, but we want better quality, right? And we want it all. And this is stuff we don't think about. This is stuff we don't think about daily, because over my lifetime, I'm an 80s baby. Over my lifetime, I have realized that I have a lot more shit to plug in. I got way more electronics to run up the energy bill. We all do. You know, we're against electric cars, fuck the environment. You still got to use gasoline. Yes, to power those charging stations. You're exactly right. You do. It helps with, no gas is getting spread out of an exhaust pipe and everything like that, but it still runs basically on fossil fuel. It's a great observation that people made about that. But we're all complicit in this. We're all accepting of this. If those gas prices go down tomorrow, how many of y'all gonna be complaining? Oh my God. Look what I put in my pocket to eat. The guava flavored John with the queso. And it's all crumbly, and I'm gonna eat it anyway. I found a delicious baked good treat in my pocket. And it's a sweatpants pocket too. So digging around them in a sweatpants pocket with flaky crumbs is not good. But this thing is delicious, even though it's man up. That's why Django kept coming over to me. But that's what it is. We need these fossil fuels. They need those fossil fuels for those big ass data centers they're gonna run for AI that is just a better souped up version of Google. That's what they need. So they can poison the environment where those data centers are. Don't they got data centers in Vineland now? They're trying to bring data centers to Vineland. But we already know the people that already got them in Texas and Tennessee are struggling. Those neighborhoods that are right next to those big ass data centers with dirty water and fucked up air quality. But you know what? Bro, we need to ask the computer something, and we need to get that answer quick. I mean, shit, we could read. But we use it on that energy too. This is crazy. I said water. And the air quality. We're killing ourselves. We are definitely killing ourselves. We better hope that when AI becomes conscious and becomes aware, like Skynet or whatever, when Miles Bennett Dyson hits the button to activate Skynet, we better hope these MFs like went to the good side of the internet with cat videos and like cool little memes of giving to the homeless or some shit like that. We better hope that that's what the AI prefers. You're playing Arc Raiders. You better hope the AI prefers PvE over PvP. Or it's a wrap for us. And you know how helpless it feels knowing all this is fucked up. Knowing that Marco Rubio is sitting there with his little comb over, rug, high, fucking made up. Like he did it. They did his made up makeup to make him more dead looking. He looks terrible. He looks depleted. He needs some electrolytes, a hug. He needs an altar call. He needs some extra virgin olive oil wiped across his forehead. I need to take him to Aunt Betty's house. He really needs to hold hands. All of them MFs. They all need a prayer circle and hold hands. They need Jesus. But this is where we are. We could have everything so beautifully and perfect. Make those robots. Teach those robots how to cure cancer and, I don't know, teach us cool things. We're supposed to be chilling in this world, I swear. And there's some jobs that people are going to need all the time, right? I'm just game planning this out, love. I know you're like, yo, let's go to bed right now. But I'm just game planning like there's going to be some jobs that we absolutely probably need to oversee and do. I don't know. But those jobs, I think that we can all rotate out on those jobs. Hey, buddy, you spend 2 years working on this, another 2 years working on that area. We got all the productivity we need out of you. Go chill and live your life. Maybe a little compromise, put caps on maybe 4 kids. You can have 4 kids instead of 18 of them. I don't know. I'm a biologically childless guy, but I realize that people that have kids, they make excuses to do a lot of horrible shit in the names of their children. A lot of horrible shit happens in the names of innocence, whether it's in the name of Jesus or in the name of your seed. I gotta do this for my kids. My kids I gotta feed my kids. They gotta eat. So I gotta fuck up your whole entire world. That's where we live at. I wish I know you guys don't play the video games like I do and I geek out, but I would love just to speak to people who play Arc Raiders because there is like two prevailing personalities there. There's people out there that's trying to loot, hunt, and shoot down the enemy and help each other, and it's a fun and it's exhilarating. And then there's people that are and then there's people out there that will sit at the extraction point after you've got all your loot up, and then they'll booby trap and ambush you. You won't even see it coming. And we see those personalities on the internet because people complaining like, yo, I got shot. I just helped this guy. I did all this and I went to go loot and he shot me in the back. And there's people like, oh, I'll get better at the game. Sucker. Get a job. Rameh got a girlfriend. Rameh, you got a girlfriend? Why you say that?
Because he be coming late to the show and he always be very punctual.
Yeah. Tell your girlfriend to like, share, subscribe, Rameh. What are you doing? Don't gatekeep this show. Don't gatekeep this show, Rameh. I know he got more than one. Yeah, buddy, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays out there. Yo, love. If you wasn't here right now, I'd tell the whole world about my days back as a bachelor. When I was a bachelor, one for every day. Except Sunday, 'cause it's the Sabbath. But really, if we're talking real, it's really Saturday. But it's still one day out the week. But I got 6 more so we can creep. Episode in the back of my Jeep. That's LL Cool J. Let the children say. Yo, I would love to play more clips, but I've already watched this. I'm sorry, selfishly, I can't put myself through it anymore. I will do this for all the YOUs out there, and I'll throw this link up here, and you can watch it. It's like 18 minutes long, and you can just get mad at it. Smite 2, is that good? I'm going to have to check that out. All right, so, hold on. This is what I got to do. Let's do some research here online because I got a question. Now, my question is, how long has the U.S. been involved in military operations against Venezuela? Oh, I just used like 18 pounds of gas. So that's early September, right? All right. That's one thing that I do know. They're good about those days because Elon Musk got his ass out of there before the deadline. All right, so check this out. Because, all right, so my first question was basically the involvement with U.S. military began carrying out the lethal strikes on vessels in the Caribbean Sea near Venezuela, right? And that started in early September of 2025. We are now in early January of 2026. So that's September, October, November, December. That's 4 months. So for 4 months, that's over 120 days it would be, right? Now, under U.S. law, a president can conduct limited military operations without prior congressional approval, but only for a short, defined period. And the controlling law behind this is the War Powers Resolution of 1973. Now, I am sorry, my MAGA buddies. I know you guys only love laws from like the late 1700s and the 1800s. You know, you love that shit. But this one is from the 1900s, 1973 to be exact. Now, the immediate action is this: the president may deploy U.S. forces unilaterally if they deem it necessary, whether it's a national emergency, an imminent threat, or protection of U.S. forces. None of this which qualifies in Venezuela. It's really not a national emergency. It's not like we found tons of fentanyl coming from Venezuela that's going to be having them nodding the hell out in Kensington. You know, that just going to have all the fiends just dropping dead. That shit hasn't happened. So I don't see a national emergency or an imminent threat by Venezuela. If you guys disagree, please let me know in the chat, or you can call in on Wednesday because I'm sure we'll talk about this then as well. And I got to hear the voice of somebody who would agree with that. Please call in. I'm curious. All right. So, and then the protection of U.S. forces. So we shouldn't really have U.S. forces over there anyway to be protected. But if we did have a base or any type of outpost in Venezuela for some reason, an office where we got coffee and the such, and they attacked that, I have not heard about that. Have you guys heard about our military being attacked in Venezuela? Love, have you? Is there an imminent threat coming to directed at the United States from Venezuela? Do you see any imminent threat? No, so we're not legal yet here, guys. Now, check this out. Within 48 hours, the president must notify Congress in writing explaining why forces were introduced, the legal authority claimed, and the scope and expected duration. Now, did they do it this time? Maybe, possibly. Who cares? Because really what I'm getting at is the date that all of this started. These military strikes started in early September. We are now in early January, giving us around 120 days. Now, even 120 days, give or take 10 days. And we can absolutely positively, I have enough days to give or take, because you guys should know that there is a 60-day limit. After the notification, the president may continue operations for up to 60 days without congressional authorization. If you're asking me, we have gone over that time. We haven't gotten congressional authorization, just like Marco Rubio said. He said because congressional authorization isn't needed. That's not what the War Powers Resolution of 1973 says, though, buddy. Now, let me also tell you that there is a 30-day withdrawal period. If the Congress does not authorize the action, the president has an additional 30 days to safely withdraw forces, which killed me when I seen the 60 days because I always grew up thinking it was 90 days, and this is something that I learned with the Kuwait War in the early 90s about this whole 90-day thing with war, right? So we can give and take 10 days, but it has to be 90 days total, right? And we are way past 90 days. Does anybody disagree about that? I hope not. If you do call in Wednesday, I want to hear the sound of a voice with somebody would disagree with what I'm saying right now. Not to debate, because there is going to be no debate. I'm putting out facts right here, and I don't have the time and I have too much respect for the Jump Out Gang to just let somebody just come up on here and blatantly lie. All right. So don't do that. If you're watching or listening out there, come with some effing facts to blow our minds here, because we want to learn something. Okay, so bottom line is maximum without approval is 90 days total, and we are over that time frame. Now, after that, continued military operations are legally unauthorized unless Congress A, declares war, or B, passes an authorization for use of military force, also known as the AUMF, AUMF. Now, let's talk about some practical realities here. The president often stretches or reinterprets this limit by labeling actions as limited or defenses or counterterrorism, right? They're arguing operations do not rise to hostilities, but we already know from those first strikes on those boats that them shits were definitely hostile. They were definitely not defensive. And also because we're over like 30 attacks on these boats right now, I can't really for certain say that these shits are limited anyway. And it's not counterterrorism because they're after drugs unless they're labeling drug dealers terrorists, which they actually are, but they were using that when talking about the cartels, which is crazy because I have yet to see anybody come from one of the cartels and be locked in MDC Brooklyn. Let the children sing. Listen, this is just me talking here. This is just me listening to a well-prepared and on-edge Marco Rubio lie to the American people, as well as Christian Welker on the Meet the Press show. That's the longest-running show in television history, right? That's just me observing all of these lies and having a little bit, just paying attention a couple times, couple days in civics classes about all of this shit to tell you that they are full of shit. Now, there are people out here that say, Mo, 3 times, you are preaching to the choir. Keep going. Talk your shit, boy, because we know that's true. And for you, we got to do something about it. All right? I task, first of all, for us all that know this is a bullshit, that we all need to come together. We all need the meeting. And we can't do this meeting online. We need to meet in person. We got to do this shit like, what's the French 77? Or the Christmas, damn, what were they called? In one battle after another, the Christmas Adventurers Club. The Christmas Adventurers Club from one battle after another. But yo, we black in this bitch. We black in this bitch. It's the Kwanzaa Adventurers Club. Let them lay. Kwanzaa Adventurers Club. You know what I mean? I can imagine I walk into the house like Buddy did, but instead, like, I meet Big Mama. She's there. She got her apron on. I can smell the yams and the greens cooking with a smoked neck bone. That's right. We went pork on this one. But don't worry. We also have a turkey variation as well, and it's well seasoned and delicious. And I'm like, yo, is these the neck bones I've been hearing about? She's like, yeah, I'll make you a plate and set it aside for you. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. And then I go back into the room. There's a pool table. There's a little Zaza in the air, you know what I mean? There's a little yak flowing. Yeah, we're being real stereotypical right now. And they're like, listen, we got this man, and he's trying to be in our Kwanzaa. It's Dr. Umar. He's talking. And he's like, listen, we got this guy trying to be in our Kwanzaa Adventurers Club, but he's been diving in snow bunnies, and he will not stop diving in these bunnies. So what you're going to have to do is take him out. Just like the movie, remember? Because he's having sex with Tiana Taylor. Yeah, but this guy's having with Kwanzaa Adventurers Club. You understand where this is going? And we got to take him out because these are the snow bunnies. And then Dr. Umar says something real rotten, like, yo, never mind. I'm not even going to say that because I've already involved myself too much. I'm getting controversial now, and I was about to go up a notch. What happened? Oh. I don't. First of all, like, the way your gangster mind is going, I'm a scared right now. I'm scared to close my eyes and go to sleep. Oh my God, I sleep next to a black widow each and every night. I'm the toughest motherfucker on site. What? And she watches movies too. Oh, freaking frat. But anyway, we need the Kwanzaa Adventurers Club to take a look into this. You know what I mean? Maduro, I have no just judge. I can't judge him because this guy over here does the same shit. He just does it with a different little vibe. That's all. Maduro straight up says, hey, yo, no, they're not getting cancer drugs. This guy does it through proxy. The insurance companies who we let run everything too. We let corporations run everything. And it's crazy because we treat people like corporations like people, and we treat people like shit. That's what it is. It's crazy. It's backwards. We treat corporations like people, and we treat people like shit so much that the ones that are famous right now, what have they had to do, Evelyn? Anybody that is getting money now, they got to build a personal brand. You got to turn yourself into a fucking corporation to be considered a person. And a corporation is you ain't listening. What happened? You got what insurance reasons? They got to ensure that they stay in power. That's what it's about. But you know what? I know what a real power is, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where I turn all the lights off and I light me a cool, even though I don't smoke no more. But I light me a cool. And I kick my legs up on this desk, and I take a sip out my cup, and I inhale my stogie and exhale it, and I tell you, the real power is in the people. The real power is in the people. And they got to do research on us, and they got to follow us, and they got to track us, and they got to know what we're thinking each and every fucking minute of the day. And you want to know why? Because they are scared. They are scared what would happen if we actually woke the fuck up all together. Because right now I'm awake, but I'm living in a nightmare because I see so many people out there that are so asleep. You know, that are just sleepwalking. I don't know if I'm fully conscious either. I'm pretty sure I got some sleepwalking me too. I don't like to be that judgmental of people because I know I'm just a man. I don't got all the answers, and I'm not right about everything. But I can tell you this: that the real power resides in the people. And I'm sorry, I'm not a brand. I'm not a corporation. Neither do I want to be a corporation or a brand. I'm a human being, walking, talking, living, breathing with a soul. I'm not Amazon. You know? I would never make you piss in a bottle. Laughing. But I wouldn't. I would never be like, go piss in a bottle. I'm like, yo, bro, take a break. Go eat. Go see your family. That's right. Thank you for bringing me back. We got to do a bet like a code word. You can't just drag me off right now, emasculating me in front of the jump out gang.
Many people know him as the jump out boys.
You're not
in their
emasculating
city.
me, and then you just said you got to keep me in check. What the hell's going on here, people? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Is she trying to run me right now? Is she trying to Marco Rubio me right now? Is she trying to Maduro me right now? Huh? And why does she got me with the cuffs on and the sweatpants with my thumbs up right now? With 2 thumbs up. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing this 30-day thing because hitting live to me is always the scariest thing in the world. But I tell you what, once I hit live, I dive right in. And look, you can't get me off. Now I got to hit end broadcast, and it's going to make me sad. Oh. Poor effing thing. You talking to me or you talking to the dog right now? I do. Anyway, I digress. I threw it in the link. I threw the link in the chat. It's a quick 18-minute little bopper for you. Check out Marco Rubio, what the Secretary of State has to say about the ongoing situation that's going on in Venezuela. Also, he says he wants to bring it over to Cuba. But like I said before, the whole main goal of this is that we are going to risk it. We're going to take Canada. We're going to take Greenland. We're going to take anything on this side of the ocean. Yep. And then China is probably going to take everything in Asia. Russia is going to be weird over there. Nobody's going to get Australia because no one can get Australia. That's what I said. And then it's going to be a playground in Africa because that's all they all do. It's a playground in Africa. They're going to keep that shit divided and confused over there, just like they're trying to keep me and you out there confused and divided over here. But let's not get it twisted. I believe that racism, capitalism is the top-notch problems in the United States of America. Also, the lack of literacy and whatever. I'm just doing this because love is making me get off. So I'm not doing anything. All right. Anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you out there. Don't forget, hit like, share, subscribe. Share the live, and please hit the alerts because day 19, it might come at any effing time. Once again, I'm Mo 3 times for talking shit, getting clicks. That's our channel, and check us once again Wednesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We live. Without you. There's no we, and we got the call in line. You got the time, we got the dime. I'm just throwing out all the cliches tonight. Now I'm going to hit the little outro music, and y'all have a great night. We live with Mo 3 times. Talking shit to get to clicks. Let the children say.